Happy President's Day! This week, I wanted to share with you another aspect of my job. So last week, I talked about instructional design and what instructional designers do. Today, I'm going to share with you what a theorist does, because in addition to instructional design, I'm a learning theorist. So a theory is a model for understanding how certain things work. Okay, and there's all different kinds of theories, as you can imagine, like for instance the theory of evolution and the theory of gravity and so on and so forth. And there's a whole bunch of scientific studies and philosophies and understandings which we will talk about later when it comes to scientific theory. For now, let me talk about learning theory a little bit and why that's so important when it comes to instructional design. Okay, you can imagine that a theory is sort of like a blueprint for building a house. Now, when people approach teaching, a lot of times we think about the content of teaching. What is the knowledge that people need to learn, right? What are the scientific facts that kids need to understand and identify? That content knowledge is sort of like paying attention to the house itself. What does the house look like? How many windows does it have? How big is it? How many fences, so on and so forth. This is all content knowledge. However, if we are looking to build that content knowledge in a learner, you have to start from the basics, which is really the blueprint for how that content or that house is going to be built. That blueprint is really theory. So you may have heard the term from theory to practice, and that's actually the part that I do, or the part that I work with, is this theory to practice concept. And what that means is, as a learning theorist and an instructional designer, I pull out the blueprints for understanding how people learn, and then I help teachers, I help curriculum writers, so on and so forth, build their content based on this blueprint. Now, why is that important, you might say? Well, here's the thing. If you don't have a good blueprint for building on the content, the house doesn't have a strong foundation and it becomes really weak. The content that you build doesn't last. Like for instance, how many times have we gone through a class, memorized and pulled an all-nighter to do a test, right? The next day, you write out the test, you get all the answers right, you get an A on the test, and then a week later, you have completely forgotten everything that you learned for that test. I argue that if that's the case, that learning wasn't deep enough. It didn't have any meaning. It didn't connect with our real world experiences and our understandings of how the world works. So if we marry theory to practice, if we make that learning deep and we can connect it with students' experiences, that learning becomes meaningful. And not only that, that's how things last. That's how information and knowledge become a part of you. So anyways, long story short, theory is important for understanding practice because it helps you think about the way you want to structure your instruction and your components of knowledge so that they become easy to learn and also memorable and meaningful to the learners that are involved. Now, my plan is in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to break a little bit of that about that learning theory to you with the hopes that it can help you with your instruction. And when I say with the hopes that it'll help you with your instruction, I'm not only just talking about instruction in the classroom, but even for parents, for everyday life. How do we manage to teach or impart knowledge to other people? And how we do that and the way we do that becomes a lot easier if we have a learning theory behind it. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in my content, or if you want me to talk about specific things, please leave some comments below and I will definitely try and answer your questions. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye.